Good evening, everybody.
Can I stand over here?
Hey now.
Can I stand over here for awards?
Some of you over here. Good evening. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Spagnoletti, co-chair of Going the Extra Mile. And thank you so much for being here this evening. And I want to start by thanking the House of Sweden for this fabulous location. Even with kind of the weather in the background, it's still an incredibly beautiful space. Maybe we'll get some dramatic lightning in the background that'll really make it special. I'd like to thank our sponsors and give special recognition to Hogan Lovells, our headline sponsor, and to our marathoners, Arnold and Porter, and the National Law Journal. Let's give them a round of applause. Nicely done. Thank you also to our many sprinter and runner sponsors and to our jurist and barrister sponsors. There are too many to name individually, but they're listed in your program and displayed on the TV screens and the easels in this hall and downstairs. It's heartening to see so many firms champion the important work of Whitman-Walker's Legal Services program. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to thank the fellow members of our steering committee and our host committee. Again, there's too many people to name individually, but all of the committee members are in the program in the displays around us. We have several distinguished guests here tonight, and one of them is Jeff Crowley, my very good friend, former director of the White House Office of National AIDS Policy, who's also a member of our host committee. Jeff is right there. Let's give him a round of applause. And I'd also like to acknowledge Chairman of the City Council, Kwame Brown, who sent a letter today congratulating us on the work that we're doing and recognizing the important work that the program does. Finally, I'd like to announce that as of this moment, we've collected over $170,000 in sponsorship, ticket sales, and pledges. A terrific amount. It's worth emphasizing that this is a very low-cost event, so most of the money that you've generously given will go directly to the support of legal services. And Dan has asked me to remind you that it's not too late to give some more money right over there. So please find your way over there and make another contribution if you're able. Now I'd like to turn this over to my co-chair, Hal Segall. Force of habit, sorry, thanks.
Yeah, frighteningly, I might almost become spontaneous, but I promise to spare you, I definitely. But it really is an honor to serve with Bob as co-chair of Going the Extra Mile this evening, and I join Bob in welcoming all of you here tonight. It's great to see such a nice turnout. Since the days when AIDS first appeared in our city, even before it had a name at all, Whitman-Walker has been in the vanguard of the response. 26 years ago, Whitman-Walker had the foresight to establish one of the very first medical legal partnerships in the country by making legal services a vital component of its holistic health services. For nearly 3 decades, Whitman-Walker staff lawyers and paralegals, and many of you and your colleagues, have provided legal help to thousands of individuals and families of every race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation. Whitman-Walker legal staff and volunteer lawyers have fought for health care, disability income, and other essential public benefits. They've helped those afflicted with AIDS and HIV keep their jobs, obtain redress from discrimination, obtain sanctuary under our immigration laws, protect their privacy, and safeguard themselves and their families in the event of future incapacity or death. This is a momentous year in the long fight against AIDS. For the first time in almost 2 decades, the biannual International AIDS Conference will be held this July in the United States and in our city in Washington, D.C. This was the direct, it's worth a clapping. And it's the direct results of the efforts over many years by lawyers, some of whom are in this room, and other HIV activists to reverse long-standing U.S. laws banning persons with HIV from immigrating to the United States or even so much as visiting this country. Whitman-Walker lawyers, and again many of you were part of that effort, aided particularly by lawyers from Hogan Lovells and many other organizations. Tonight, We'll recognize the work of several individuals and organizations that are at the forefront of the fight against HIV. And to present the first of these awards, I'm pleased to introduce Adam Falcone, Chairman of Whitman-Walker's Board of Directors.